everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Vanessa, and today I'm going to be talking all about self-love and positivity, how to love yourself better, how to be more positive about your body, and just love yourself more, accept yourself more, be more confident in your own skin. A lot of you were requesting for me to talk about how to love yourself more and how to have better body positivity, and this is something that I honestly still struggle with and I would love to be able to talk about. So today that is what I'm going to be doing. This might be a little bit of a rambly sort of video because I have a lot of thoughts and tips and I just have a lot to say on this topic. Overall, I just want this to be a really positive, relaxed video. I'm drinking tea. I want you guys to enjoy this, definitely get something out of it and learn a little something. I'm gonna start by telling you guys kind of my journey with self-love and body positivity, where I was, how I've grown, how I've gotten better, because I still, like I said, struggle with this a lot, and so it's a continual growth to continue to practice self-love and grow in self-love. So let's just get started. I have anxiety, as some of you may know. I don't talk about it a lot, but I have mentioned that I do have it and I do struggle with that. I get stressed very easily and panic attacks and all that sort of thing. I deal with that on a daily basis, but I think I hit my all-time low in my self-love and body positivity was at my anxiety's peak was about a year and a half ago. It had been progressively getting worse at the start of 3 years ago, and I used to wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and be like, I hate myself, I hate my body, everything that I see is wrong with myself, and that was just not a good thing going for me. I was always negative about myself, always negative about my body and just myself as a person. I was not happy and was not a good time. I'm not the best at talking about this, so I really apologize if you're a little confused or you're not really understanding what I'm saying right now. During that time, people would compliment me and it would kind of just go in one ear and go right out the other ear, because in my brain I would be telling myself, oh, they're so wrong, they're just doing that to make you feel better, they're pitying you. It just was a struggle to take compliments, walk around confidently. One thing that I've always been super insecure about is my height, and because I am 5'8 3/4, nearly 5'9", I've always been taller than most people that I know, and so I would walk around at school totally hunched over, slouched over, basically trying to be invisible. I just didn't want people to see me. I didn't walk around confidently. I did not like the person that I was living in, if that makes any sense at all. And I think where my self-love and body positivity really started to get better, started increasing, I really started practicing self-love and being kind to myself would be about a year and a half ago. Like I said, I started going to the gym, or maybe it wasn't even a year and a half ago. It was just over a year ago, honestly. But I started going to the gym, and I've always been a active, sporty, fitness kind of person. I played a high level of soccer until I was 12 or 13, and then I've always played sports all throughout high school. After I stopped playing soccer, I kind of saw changes in my body that I didn't necessarily like. Don't think I was ever really happy or accepted anything about my body. I always saw other people and was like, why can't I have that? And why can't my legs be like hers? Or why can't my stomach be like that? When I started going to the gym, I felt better. And this isn't going to sound good, but I started going to the gym because I hated myself. And I feel like a lot of people start off in that place where they hate their body and they're like, okay, I'm going to the gym because I want to be better. At least the be better part was the positive thing. Definitely that's not why I still go to the gym, but that is what started it. And I'm not super proud or happy to say that, but that is the truth. Slowly over time, as I saw changes in my body and I realized what I was doing mentally to myself, how bad my mental health had become, I started trying to wake up in the morning, tell myself, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are worth it, you are enough. And it's just that practice of really telling yourself that you are okay and that you don't have to change that is really going to change your mindset and help you practice self-love better. So I guess that's kind of my backstory with self-love without getting into too much details. I'm sure that was very confusing to understand because that was very confusing for me to kind of try and get out. I think one of the biggest things that I really want to get across through this talk and this chat is that insecurities don't go away. They are rooted deep within us, and they're not just going to go away overnight, nor I don't think will they ever go away. At least that's for me. I still have bad days and I still have negative days. I'm definitely still insecure about a lot of things. For example, my legs. I always had bigger legs, thighs. I was never super skinny or anything like that. Because I played soccer, my legs were always bigger. I guess they actually weren't as big as I've built them now, as I've actually enjoyed training quads and glutes, more so glutes. But yeah, I was always no, I need to have a thigh gap, and I don't like how big my legs are. Why do they touch when I stand with my feet together? And that's such a normal thing that I was always so insecure about. And I've definitely gotten better at looking at my legs and being those are okay. And you've worked hard to build yourself and grow your muscles and be where you are. Yeah, I still have days where I'm oh, I do not like my legs whatsoever at all. And that's okay. I'm still not the most confident person in shorts, but I'll wear them when I'm feeling good and when I'm you know what, let's go for it. A great quote and saying that I've seen recently is that real girls aren't perfect and perfect girls aren't real. And I think that saying is it's such a great thing to hear in this day and age where we see all these perfect girls, and it's even they don't look like that half the time. Yes, they've built their body and they've worked hard, but also you gotta remember that they are not like that all the time. You really gotta try and just tell yourself and tell your brain, I'm not them and that's okay. And people don't look the same that they do in pictures as they do in real life all the time. It's just not physically possible. There's posing, angles, lighting, so many things that play into the point where that picture isn't even really a good reflection of that person. That is just a great thing that I think is good to remember when you're trying to love yourself more and be more positive about your body. Another big thing for me is when you wake up and you're going throughout your day and you look in the mirror, you don't tell yourself negative things. If you want to be better at self-love and body positivity, it's not going to get you anywhere telling yourself negative things, because negativity just creates negativity. So instead, really try, when you look in the mirror, say you are amazing, you are wonderful, you are beautiful, you are enough. Whatever helps you get through that mentality of that you are beautiful and you are wonderful, because you are. You can hear that from multitudes of people, but you're never going to believe it unless you start telling yourself that. Continually, the more you have a positive attitude and the more you continue to tell yourself those things, the more you will really believe it, because what is happening in your brain is that you are myelinating, which is basically just continually remembering, making your brain have muscle memory of telling yourself that you are a great, wonderful, amazing, beautiful person. And so you're going to get your neurons to fire a different way, other than going down that negative path that you always used to tell yourself. As you continue to tell yourself positive things, the way that your neurons are rooted and the way that the myelin is created, it's going to change. And it literally will change your brain makeup, just being able to tell yourself continually and constantly how much you love yourself and that you are an amazing person. You look in the mirror and say, body, I love you. That is what I do to myself. Honestly, if I'm having a bad day, a more negative day than usual, I'll look in the mirror and be you know what, body, you are amazing and you are strong. I don't care that you don't look like every other girl, because I'm working on you and I'm building you, and I will still take care of you. Back to my point about when my body positivity and self-love started getting better is when I started going to the gym. I really think that that is a big thing, to not be going to the gym because you hate your body, but because you want to better yourself. You want to create a healthier body for you. I think that that's a great place where self-love and body positivity comes from, is wanting to see change and wanting to be better, but not putting that from a place that is negative. Not wanting to be better because you hate your body. Wanting to be better because you love your body and you want to be healthier and just feel better overall. Also, I really think that seeing progress and change in your body helps you to know where you used to be and how far you've come. Seeing progress and seeing growth, I find, really helps you lead to self-body acceptance, especially because as as you're working out and as you're growing, as you're trying to become more healthy, live a healthier lifestyle, you really learn about your own body and you get to see the things that you can change and you can make a difference in versus the things that you can't, and you can learn to accept those things. Like, there's a lot of things that we can't change. There are definitely things that you can do, but because everyone's body is differently, everyone's genetic makeup is different, you're never going to have the exact same body as someone else. You just kind of come to learn to accept that, and you love the one that you have because it's the one that you've been given, it's the one that you're going to stay in. So if you hate that body that you're living in, you're not going to be happy in life, if that makes sense. Like, you're stuck here. You're stuck in this body, and with loving yourself more and having more self-positivity, you cannot not have negative days. If you think it's realistic to not have a bad day, not have a negative day, I have them all the time. Honestly, probably at least like once a week or even once a day I'll have a negative moment, and then I try and snap my brain out of that. But it's not realistic to not have bad days. So if you've been practicing self-love and all of a sudden you have a really bad negative day where you're back to hating your body, don't turn into that. You have to remind yourself how far you've come, how much progress you've made in the person you are and in your self-love journey, self-acceptance journey. And if you've made progress, that's amazing. Don't let one bad day let it snowball back into the place where you used to be when you've made progress and you've seen progress in your just attitude towards yourself. The last kind of like tip that I have for this video for bettering your self-love and self-acceptance is to stop focusing on yourself so much. The more you draw your attention away from yourself and the more you care about the other people around you and just you put your time and effort into things other than thinking negatively about yourself, the less you are left with that time to think negatively about yourself. You draw yourself away from yourself and into those things that you love. You start seeing just the beauty in everything else, and you kind of forget those negative things about yourself because you're caring and you're loving for other people. So in turn, you can care and love for yourself back. Another great quote is something along the lines of, "The world keeps going on, so can I." And I think that's just really great because the world doesn't revolve around you. There's other people around you, there's other things going on around you, and the world doesn't stop. The world keeps going on, so it's your choice whether you're going to go on with it or you're going to stay in that negative mindset and not enjoy the life that you've been given and the body that you've been given and everything that comes with it. I also really think that if you learn to care for other people and you learn to care about something you love, the things around you, then it really helps to kind of lessen your care for what the world wants to see you as. And the less you care about what the world wants to see you as, the more you can focus on loving yourself the way that you are, the way that your body is, and just being a more positive, loving, caring person towards yourself because you don't care about those thoughts that are being placed upon you. So I think that's all that I have to say for today's positivity and self-love, body acceptance chat. I want to do another one of these in the future. I definitely have more that I want to talk about, but I will save it for the next kind of body self-love positivity chat. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you learned something from this video. I love you guys so much, mwah, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Deeper than the sea.